I just took a 90-minute live stream and turned it into an entire week's worth of engaging social media posts using just one simple web tool and a quick cup of coffee. Honestly, the efficiency I found makes me a little nervous for my fellow freelance editors who rely on traditional workflows. You might quietly love this revolutionary speed, or you might immediately start telling everyone to cancel their professional editing software subscriptions. No kidding, I want to show you exactly what happened when I put this application Vizard through its paces and why it could legitimately save you hours every single week. So, what exactly is Vizard? For those who haven't heard the buzz yet, you can essentially think of this platform as the absolute dream for any editor who values speed, but still demands high-quality, real-world results. Forget wrestling with the massive, confusing timeline, or endlessly hunting down those one or two gold nugget moments within hours of footage. Vizard is designed to scan your entire lengthy video file, instantly identify the juicy, high-potential segments likely to go viral, and then process them into fully polished, ready-to-post clips. And to top it off, it even integrates features to help you schedule those final pieces directly across your various social media channels, which is a massive time saver. Crucially, you maintain total control over the final creative vibe and can make specific manual edits, but the software completely removes the tedious, repetitive grunt work. This liberation from tediousness is exactly what most modern content creators desperately need when they are striving for consistency without becoming permanently trapped behind their monitor. Alright, let's jump into the actual demo to see this system in action. I uploaded a standard talking head stream that was nothing special, just me casually discussing content strategy with my audience. Within just a few short minutes, Vizard had already analyzed the entire recording, generated a clean transcript, identified the most exciting highlight moments, and presented me with a stack of ready-to-publish clips. The first thing that genuinely hits you is the sheer, unbelievable speed of the entire process. It honestly feels like you're cheating the system. You move from looking at an intimidating 2-hour video monster to having 12 perfect 15 to 60-second clips with burned-in captions in less time than it takes to reheat a cup of coffee in the microwave. The AI's selection logic is surprisingly intelligent because it actively looks for spikes in vocal energy, genuine audience reactions if they were recorded, laughter, and even shifts in your speaking cadence. It basically clips out the exact kinds of moments that a human editor would instinctively hunt for, saving you from searching for that one funny line forever. The system is also smart enough to provide you with multiple crop options right away, square, vertical, or the original horizontal format, eliminating canvas size headaches per platform. When it comes to subtitles, the captions generated automatically are impressively clean and immediately usable across all clips. You get full editing capability over the text, including choices for templates, custom fonts, and even a few different animation styles so your text doesn't look like a dull, uninspired grocery list. If the AI happens to mishear a single word, you can correct it instantly in the clip editor, and the subtitles update in real time, which is a huge step up in workflow speed. That single feature alone has saved me hours of frustration because captions used to be, without a doubt, the most annoying part of my entire editing process. Getting hands-on, I quickly tested a few refinement tools, like removing those pesky filler words like and from a couple of the clips. I also tightened up the gaps between people speaking and successfully swapped out one of the slower middle sections for a much snappier, suggested moment. The entire process began to feel less like wrestling with a complex video timeline and more like simply editing a well-written blog post. And that is precisely the core philosophy. Vizard is built for creators who want to publish frequently without becoming certified technical editors overnight. Now, let's be completely transparent about the audio processing capabilities for the sake of honesty. If your source video suffers from room echo or wildly inconsistent volume levels, Vizard offers essential cleaning tools like noise reduction and gain leveling. It provides a light polish that usually makes your voice track perfectly passable for those short-form social clips, which is often what matters most. It is absolutely not a miracle worker that replaces a top-tier, professional audio engineer for surgical sound design. However, for 95% of the clips you need to push out quickly, this quick automated audio fix truly gets the job done efficiently. The scheduling functionality is genuinely where this tool completely won me over and convinced me of its utility for long-term content planning. Once you set your desired posting frequency, the AI intelligently queues up your clips to deploy automatically over the following days or even weeks. If you need 2 posts every single day, you simply set it, and it handles the entire staggered release schedule for you. You can even assign specific clips to prioritize certain platforms like Instagram Reels over your TikTok feed, giving you granular distribution control. This staggering feature is absolutely huge for creators who genuinely lack the time to micromanage every single aspect of their publishing calendar. The content calendar interface itself is very polished, allowing you to drag a clip onto any date and then tweak the accompanying caption or hashtags easily. Furthermore, the AI actually suggests optimal posting windows by analyzing underlying engagement data, providing smart direction without being overly complex. This layer of refinement turns what was previously a messy backlog of content into a highly organized, consistently executed publishing schedule without demanding deep thought. Let's quickly compare this to the established giants like Premiere Pro, which is powerful but demands precision and time. Premiere excels for cinematic storytelling, but it is massive overkill when your goal is simply churning out multiple daily short-form clips for social reach. Then there's Descript, which is fantastic for those specific text-based edits or when you need to leverage its text-to-speech overdub features for quick fixes. However, I find that Descript can become fiddly when you try to scale up production across dozens of different clips and automate their distribution. This is the specific niche Vizard occupies. It's not trying to replace every single professional editing function you own. It is specifically engineered to eliminate the roughly 8 hours of pure, repetitive grunt work that follows every long-form recording session. If your primary goal is maximizing volume and consistency over achieving frame-by-frame absolute perfection, then this tool is built for you. If you are deeply invested in creating massive cinematic projects with advanced color grading and complex motion design, Vizard is not meant to be your end-to-end production suite. But if you need to efficiently transform hours of recordings into a constant stream of bite-sized social content, this is easily one of the best solutions I have ever tested. I do have to mention a few small rough edges that I noticed during my testing period for full transparency. Occasionally, the AI will select a short clip that requires prior context, meaning a 20-second segment might confuse new viewers without the initial setup information. Also, a small percentage of my auto-generated captions contained minor word errors, which is precisely why that quick edit transcript panel is so critically important to keep nearby. While the automated scheduling suggestions are genuinely smart, they should be viewed as a strong starting point, not a replacement for a strategist who deeply understands your unique brand voice. Always leverage the automation to reclaim your time, but never completely outsource your high-level creative strategy to the machine. For those creators who genuinely live for minute, frame-by-frame edits, and absolutely silky smooth transitions, the fully automated vibe might feel a little too hands-off initially. Even for that group, the system still offers sufficient manual tweak controls to keep you fully engaged in the refinement process, which is a great balance. You can easily recut clips, adjust their start and end points, swap out default thumbnails, and manually override any caption settings you desire. Ultimately, it prioritizes speed and volume above all else, offering control only where it makes the most sense for a rapid workflow. I also successfully tested the various cross-platform export options, confirming that aspect ratios, thumbnails, and captions all transfer smoothly. You have the flexibility to export straight to those major short-form destinations, or simply download the finished files for a completely manual upload later. The built-in thumbnail generator is basic, but certainly serviceable, pulling good frames and suggesting text overlays, which is much faster than designing one completely from scratch every time. For creators who worry about content sounding fake due to those synthetic voice replacements popping up everywhere, Vizard thankfully doesn't push you toward that territory. Its primary focus remains on efficiently clipping, polishing, and distributing your actual recorded voice, not replacing it. If you do need a micro-level voice correction, the recommended path is to fix it in your master file before letting this tool manage the scheduling and clipping. The use cases where this workflow truly shines include podcasts, long-form interviews, recorded classroom lectures, and any type of webinar or panel discussion. Basically, any raw material that is long-form, where the goal is to extract maximum bite-sized social value, is perfect for this tool. I gave it a full, dense podcast episode, and I ended up with a week's worth of reel-ready clips complete with accurate captions and suggested post-text. That level of output used to reliably take me the better part of a full workday to accomplish manually, making the time difference staggering. So, to summarize the final thoughts, the good points are the insane time savings and the smart detection for viral hooks. The integrated captioning and the hands-off scheduling feature mean you can publish consistently without constantly babysitting the entire process. On the downside, it won't replace a seasoned editor for your major cinematic projects. Autopicks sometimes need contextual review, and the transcripts aren't flawlessly perfect every single time. But honestly, for the core promise, transforming long videos into a consistent flow of social content at scale, this tool absolutely nails the brief. So, should you give this a try? If you produce content regularly and genuinely despise the repetitive, low-value parts of post-production, then the answer is a resounding yes. There's a small learning curve to master, but you will start getting significantly more posts out the door with noticeably less creative dread. If you only produce one perfectly polished, long-form piece per month and absolutely love micro-editing every frame, you might be better off sticking to your existing precision-focused professional tools. For podcasters, busy creators, and smaller studios trying to grow their presence without immediately hiring a full-time editor, Vizard is a legitimate massive time multiplier. I personally plan to use this aggressively to push out the backlog of clips I already have and to A/B test new video hooks without wasting hours on manual exports. If you end up testing it out, please text me or send a message to let me know what happened and what kind of great clips the AI surfaces for your specific content. And hey, if you decide to cancel your primary editing subscription immediately after using this, please try to be gentle with your editor friends in the process. Alright, that wraps up my deep dive into this fascinating new workflow helper. Now, go create more of the content you love, spend significantly less time in the repetitive post-production grind, and genuinely enjoy the act of creation again.